Members of the faculty, distinguished trustees and guests, honored graduates, parents, spouses, family, and friends. Welcome to the fall commencement ceremony honoring the graduating class of 2025 of Baldwin Wallace University. Please sit. My name is Linda Chase, and it is my privilege to serve the university as interim provost and as master of ceremonies for this event. Before we begin the ceremony, there are a few announcements and acknowledgments I would like to make. The safety and care of everyone attending the ceremony today are important. First, if anyone needs medical assistance during this ceremony, Health Services is set up to my left at the Red Cross sign. Second, we should all know where to exit the facility quickly and safely if needed. Please take a moment to identify your closest exit, which may be behind you. There are exits behind me on either side of the stage, to the left and right in the track area, and along the back wall of the field house. Now, let's take a second to recognize the BW Brass Choir under the direction of Professor Kenneth Heinlein of the Conservatory of Performing Arts. The invocation will be offered by Reverend Harkness, our Director of Cultural and Spiritual Life. This will be followed by the national anthem. Afterward, President Fisher will make welcoming remarks. Please rise if you are able, and please consider removing your caps for the prayer and anthem.
Please join me today in a spirit of prayer. O gracious one, we come today with gratitude and thanksgiving as these who have come to receive the fruits of their labor, the acknowledgement of completion, the step that allows them to imagine themselves on the other side of their degree programs. Some have come as legacies to others who have forged paths before them. Others come trudging a path of their own. May they all move forward in a way that makes a new path for those who will come behind and makes our world a better place. Amen.
Please be seated. My name is Lee Fisher, and I have the great honor of being the new president, the 10th president of Baldwin Wallace University, and to welcome all of you today to a very important moment in the lives of our graduates. There are many people here today who are important to be introduced, so I hope you allow me a little while to introduce them, because I want to acknowledge them, even though the most important people here today, of course, are our graduates. Many family members and friends have come to join us for this occasion. Mothers and fathers and guardians, you have provided encouragement and praise, and yes, often financial support to make this special day possible. So will the parents and the fathers, the mothers, the guardians of our graduates please stand so we can thank you for everything you have done for them. Others with us today also have made sacrifices, and they've provided encouragement and support. The sleepless nights as the graduates prepared projects and papers. And these are the husbands and the wives and the partners and the fiancés. Would you please stand and be recognized? But wait, there's more. Sons and daughters and grandparents and relatives and neighbors and friends. You also had impact on the lives of our students, so I want you to stand and let us recognize you on this special occasion as well. Graduates, this is a special place. We cannot earn your loyalty after you graduate. Hopefully, we've earned your loyalty while you've been here. And it's why we have so many loyal and engaged alumni. So would all the alumni of Baldwin Wallace University please stand so we can thank and recognize you. With us today is our distinguished members of our Board of Trustees. They are seated to the right of the graduates, and I want to introduce each one by name because their selfless dedication, totally volunteer, is truly incredible. Representing the Board of Trustees officially today is Board Member Susan Zanetti. Susan, would you please stand? And as I mentioned their names, I'm going to ask each of them to stand as well. Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. Brooke Sirac. Mark Summers. And Reverend David Martin. Please join me in thanking them. When I ask students, why did you come to BW? I get lots of different answers, but there is one answer that always is consistent, and it will always be consistent, and that's our faculty. They're the reason you're here. They are the ones who have imparted the knowledge to you during your years here, and they are critical to BW's past, present, and future. They are talented, they're dedicated, they're knowledgeable, and most of all, they've committed their lives to you and to future generations. Would the members of our faculty please stand so all of us can thank you for everything that you do. I also want to acknowledge our staff, who work 12 months out of the year, often underappreciated. They're tireless, and they are just as important as every other constituency at this university. Would all the members of our staff please stand and be recognized? One last group before I talk about our graduates, and that is that one of the reasons we have such a distinguished speaker today is because of our admiration for those who have served in the military. So I want to recognize the women and the men in our audience today, no matter what your role is, who have served in the military. Would you please stand so we can thank you? And now to our graduates. We're here to honor you, the graduating class of 2025. The graduates here today represent more than 800 students who will graduate in 2025 and 26. You have worked hard to get here and deserve our congratulations on this very special occasion. You represent the best of BW, the relentless pursuit of education. You've carried the spirit of BW every single day. Graduates, this won't be the last time you stand, but I'd love you to stand and let everyone congratulate you right now for everything you have done and will do. Please be seated. We've now come to that moment in the program where we get to hear from a commencement speaker. In each year, we have a distinguished list from which we choose, and our first choice is always an alumnus. And because we have so many distinguished alumnus, we have many from which to choose. But this year, the choice was easy, because this person is truly extraordinary, and I've had the chance to meet him during my short time as president. Retired U.S. Coast Guard Rear Admiral J. Timothy Riker, the class of 1970, is our speaker today, and let me tell you a little bit about him. His path from BW history and government major to a senior leader in the Coast Guard embodies the values of commitment and integrity and define the BW experience. Admiral Riker's 5-decade association with the Coast Guard includes active duty, multiple recalls from reserve retirement, and the highest level possible leadership roles. His many honors, including the Coast Guard Distinguished Service Medal with Gold Star, the Legion of Merit with 2 Gold Stars, reflect a career of truly extraordinary impact. But beyond his military service, he's just as distinguished, and he has maintained his strong ties to BW. A practicing attorney, a community leader, a 1999 BW Alumni Merit Award recipient, he credits you, BW, faculty and friendships, and his wife, Miriam Swartz, also the class of 1970, for shaping his journey. His connections run deep through Phi Lambda Phi fraternity and a close group of BW friends who are actually here today and have reunited from all around the country just to be with their friend and classmate, Tim Riker. They go back over 50 years, and they stay in touch to this day. That's what makes BW so special. Please join me in welcoming Admiral Tim Riker home to inspire the next generation of BW graduates. You need this? Okay.
Thanks, Lee. Well, thank you, President Fisher, for that very generous introduction. Greetings to all of you in this very large room. Members of the graduating class, it strikes me that there's a lot of pride shining down on you from your families and friends here today. And to be entirely truthful, there's probably a few rays of surprise coming in from perhaps even some of the faculty. But you're here in cap and gown. You have completed your mission. Now, as an alum, President Fisher, I suppose we need to get past the obligatory story of why I picked Baldwin Wallace. It's very inspiring. I'm going to give each of you credit for researching every college and university that you thought you might want to go to. You visited every campus. You went social media. You may have gone to U.S. News and World Report. I don't know. Baldwin Wallace kept coming up on top or close to the top of every list. So you made a meritorious decision. I congratulate each of you for your decision. For me, I had an aunt, great aunt, my grandmother's sister, Margaret Thompson. She lived over in Falier Street off Front Street, and actually two of her granddaughters are here with us today. And my senior year of high school, 1965, 1966, Aunt Margaret is visiting me and family in hometown of Lima, Ohio. And she says to me, Timmy, she always called me Timmy. She says, Timmy, if you come to Baldwin Wallace, I will do your laundry and I will cook for you on Sunday night when the dining hall is closed. Aunt Margaret, I'll be there. And she was true to her word. But it was my fortunate decision to have my Aunt Margaret present that to me. First, two acknowledgments, and then to you graduates, allow me to offer my hope for you, my confidence in you, and my expectation of you. I won't be long. You have business to conduct, celebrations to continue, and then you need to be on your way into your future. First acknowledgement, with love and gratitude, my family, my daughters Catherine, Abigail, Kate, and Allison Elizabeth, and their mother in memory. Miriam Swords, class of 1970, Cedarhurst, Nassau County, Long Island, New York. I also acknowledge the men and women of the U.S. Coast Guard. Selfless, stalwart, a splendid group they are. Rather unheralded in their daily performance of 11 statutory missions on behalf of the American people. I admire them. It has been my very good fortune to be in their company, both in uniform and out, for more than 50 years. But now to you graduates, hope, confidence, expectation. For the next 50 years and thereafter, I hope you experience as much satisfaction in the companionship of your Baldwin Wallace friends as I have enjoyed these past over 50 years. I belong to a small, informal group, numbering somewhere in the mid-teens, and this includes several spouses or companions who are honorary Yellow Jackets, very good sports. Each year since 1971, we have returned to Baldwin Wallace, not often in person, but always in spirit. Some of them are here today. Through campus activities, we came together naturally, and every year someone raises the same question just as naturally: where do we get together again this year. We have celebrated together. We attended each other's weddings. For several years when our children were small, we vacationed together. In times of success, we have lifted a high toast. In times of personal or professional quandary, and when asked, we have offered advice and counsel to each other, and we have mourned together. This broad friendship is based largely on values recognized at BW, or which had been reinforced at BW by what we had learned at home when we were growing up. The friendship has been of immense support, enjoyment, and comfort to all of us over the years. For you, I hope for that kind of continuing friendship. And I urge you and your friends to return to BW from time to time. It is uplifting to return to this campus, to see Carnegie, Wheeler, Marding, the older buildings still here, and what has been added, such steadfastness of purpose and stability. Baldwin Wallace is a noble endeavor. With your friends, return, refresh, and renew. Now, what is my confidence in you? And class members, in my mind, as I speak this part and the last part of my comments to you, in my mind, there's nobody else in this room except you and me. What I have to say is personal to each of you, from me as personally as I can convey it. There may be others who overhear our conversation, and they are welcome to do so. What is my confidence in you? I am confident that during the next 50 years or thereafter, you will get through what you need to get through as a generation and as individuals. That is not an eloquent statement. That is not even an elegant statement. However, speaking from my position, 55 years ahead of you, you need to hear it, as we all know, or at least sense. Life's one predictable is that it is unpredictable. And it is likely that in addition to your successes, you will also experience some reversals, some disappointments, even failure. All this, plus global, national, societal challenges, you need to get through them all, and you will. Consider the class of 1920. I met its members in 1970 when they arrived for their 50th reunion. I mentioned this a couple years ago in some offhand remarks at my own 50th reunion. That was the year that the reunions of 70, 71, 72 were combined. I commented then that my first reaction upon meeting the class of 1920 was that they looked ancient. An ironic comment coming from me at my age, I suppose. In any case, thinking about them further, and I have, seriously, from time to time, I also perceived some sparkle in their demeanor. I think it was this. They realized that while the 20th century was posing some genuine challenges to get through, they were getting through them. As a generation, in 1970, they had already gotten through the Great Depression, a world war, the most destructive and violent in human history, Korea, the threatening atomic 1950s, the tumultuous and vexing 1960s. And that's not to say and not to forget their personal challenges, health-wise, career-wise, family-wise. And yet they did have that sparkle. They were getting through what they needed to get through. They knew it, and I'm confident you will too. I will say that when you come across something that is a challenge, that is a reversal, it's not necessarily important to know exactly how you're going to get through it at that time. Really, what you need to do is just simply step back and say, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but I will, and you will. I offer one word that is good to keep close at hand at all times. The word is resilience, resiliency. Keep that in mind. Finally, my expectation of you, let me use a nautical reference here, the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Eagle, America's tall ship. I'm not an Eagle sailor. The Eagle is a training ship for Coast Guard Academy cadets. But I sailed on her as a, we'll say, passenger of sorts about 30 years ago, and I did go aloft, and I did hang sail, and it was thrilling to be up in the rig of the ship in the open ocean and the white caps and the wind. It was thrilling. The Eagle is a 3-masted bark rig with 23 sails, some large, some small. True enough, it has a small auxiliary engine, but its main propulsion is pure wind against the sails. Every sail, hear me, every sail, regardless of size, has a purpose. Every crew member assigned a station in each sail has a purpose. Without sails set or hung, the vessel simply drifts to no purpose, toward no destination. Sometimes only the smallest sails are set. It all depends upon the wind, the sea state, and the weather. But make certain there are no non-essential sails or crew members. Each has a role that must be filled if the ship is to proceed further and safely on its voyage. We, as a people, the American people, are on a voyage. Our stated aspirations are high. We have come far. We have yet to make port. We need to sail further. And now here you are to take your stations as part of the crew. My expectation of you is exactly the same that every generation hands to the next, that you will perform your individual stations well. You may change stations during your part of the voyage. Same expectation. I'll close with a bit of poetry that I think expresses what I'm trying to get across here to each of you individually as to the importance of this voyage and your role in it. In 1849, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow composed the poem, The Building of the Ship. The story behind his writing the verse is quite interesting. Too long to recount here. Suffice it to say that when the poem was published, it became a metaphor for the American voyage. And Longfellow expressed his ultimate optimism for the nation. Class of 2025, graduating today, I want you to see it in yourselves as a generation that has a much further horizon ahead as a crew than my own. And for each of you individually, always to remember that every sail and every crew member of the crew has an essential purpose. Thus, sail on, O ship of state. Sail on, O Union, strong and great. Humanity, with all its fears, with all the hopes of future years, hangs breathless on thy fate. Do not fear the sudden sound and shock. 'Tis but a wave, not a rock. 'Tis but the flapping of a sail, and not one rent by a gale. In spite of rock and tempest roar, in spite of false lights on the shore, sail on, nor fear to breast the sea. Our hearts, our hopes are with thee. Our hearts, our hopes, our prayers, our tears, the triumph of our faith over all our fears are all with are all with thee. So, you who receive your advanced degrees today, and you who receive your first degrees today, all of you are part of the crew, and now are on deck. I hope your Baldwin Wallace friendships continue to sustain you, and that you will return to Baldwin Wallace on occasion for renewal. I am confident that you will get through what you need to get through. And as to expectations, well, crew, lay aloft and hang some sail. Thank you.
Admiral, thank you very much. We'll be thinking about those waves and the sails going forward. Traditions at Baldwin Wallace University include the conferral of an honorary degree upon our distinguished commencement speaker. So it's our privilege today to confer an honorary doctoral degree on Rear Admiral J. Timothy Riker and renew him as a valued alumnus of our university. So I'm now going to ask Dr. Indira Gesnick, Professor of History, to take the podium. And she's going to say a few words, and then together we'll confer that degree. Professor?
Baldwin Wallace University is proud to confer upon retired Rear Admiral J. Timothy Riker the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service, recognizing a lifetime defined by exceptional commitment to the common good. This distinction is awarded to individuals whose service, leadership, and moral purpose have strengthened society in enduring ways. Rear Admiral Riker embodies these ideals through his steadfast dedication to the United States Coast Guard, his continued advocacy for Coast Guard members and their families, and his long-standing commitment to community, education, and civic responsibility. His career reflects not only professional achievement, but a deep belief in service as a guiding principle, a belief shaped in part by his BW experience. For his exemplary integrity, devotion to others, and impact on both national service and public life, Baldwin Wallace University is honored to bestow this degree. I present Rear Admiral J. Timothy Riker.
You have it? Okay, good. Okay. Admiral Riker, we're going to present you with this diploma as a certificate of this honor and invite you to be invested with the hood that is emblematic of your degree. So here we go. Congratulations, Admiral Riker. And now, you can do one more round of applause. That's good. Yeah. And now, our Dean of Students, Lena Crane.
Class of 2025, from the moment you arrived on campus as first-year students through the journey you will take today towards this stage, each of you has forged a unique path. At times on that path, you needed support from your faculty, mentors, and devoted staff members, and at times we challenged you. And each of those moments developed your greater potential and brought you to this moment. Many of you became leaders, became engaged at and beyond BW, and certainly grew as people. And now you join the tens of thousands of BW alumni who forged their own paths right here on this campus, and your story joins theirs. Each one of today's graduating students has made your mark on this university, and we need to take a moment and thank you. Thank you for learning with us. Thank you for the ways that you will make us proud as alumni. Thank you for making BW stronger. We are so grateful. I now invite Ilana Sue, a senior in the class of 2026, to come forward with a message for our graduates.
As Dr. Crane said, my name is Ilana Sue. I'm a senior history major. With any luck, I'll be on this stage again in the spring. So congratulations to you all. To my right is the BW Ring of Ribbons. This ring stands as a reminder of our place in the ongoing heritage of Baldwin Wallace University. The tradition of this ring began with the graduates of 1915, and it holds the colors of each graduating class of Baldwin Wallace seniors since that year. As we add our colors, we continue the story of BW. As a class, we added a gold ribbon to the ring at convocation in honor of our first year on campus. And now we add a cranberry ribbon at the completion of our journey at commencement. Remember that we are all part of the never-ending story of Baldwin Wallace. I charge you to uphold the honor and tradition that it represents as you continue to pursue excellence in your careers and lives as proud new alumni of BW. Congratulations again, and one last time, join me in our Aw Jackets cheer. Are we ready? I don't see your hands up, come on. Aw Jackets!
Graduates, you have worked hard to get here, and we are very pleased to greet you and congratulate you on your accomplishment. I will now recognize those undergraduate students who have earned academic honors in their undergraduate record. Summa cum laude, with highest honors, is used to designate the graduates who have earned a 3.9 or better throughout their academic career. There are 32 summa cum laude graduates. Will those persons please stand and let us recognize you at this time? Thank you. There are 18 persons who have earned the designation of magna cum laude with high honors, indicative of a 3.75 average or better. Will those students please stand and let us recognize you? Thank you. There are 16 persons have earned the designation of cum laude with honors, having a 3.6 average or better. Will those persons please stand and be recognized? Thank you. The Dayton C. Miller Honor Society was established at Baldwin Wallace to recognize those students who have consistently maintained superior academic achievement. There are 19 in this graduating class. Would the members of the Dayton C. Miller Honor Society please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you. Congratulations. The Honors Program challenges students to complete an enhanced curriculum in the liberal arts and provides numerous growth opportunities related to research, service, and leadership development. There are many students participating in the Honor Program. Today, 6 students graduating from the Honors Program with a double major. Would you please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you. President Fisher, Board Member Ms. Zanetti, as we turn to the conferral of degrees, I am now pleased to report that this faculty has certified that the candidates whose names you will hear have met the university requirements for participation in this commencement ceremony. These students are candidates for the degrees of Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Music Education, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I have the honor to present these candidates to you.
Good afternoon. President Fisher, by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees at Baldwin Wallace University, I authorize you, on behalf of the board, to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned as certified by the faculty and the interim provost of the university. I extend congratulations to these graduates from our board. You will now join the ranks of our alumni family here at Baldwin Wallace. With this degree comes great responsibility and the expectation that you will do incredible things in your professional careers, your personal lives, and contribute in many ways to help build a just and vibrant society. I wish you all the best as you continue on your journey. Congratulations.
And now the conferring of the degrees. Thank you, Dr. Chase. Thank you, Susan Zanetti. Will all the candidates for graduation please rise? It's my pleasure to confer your degrees with all the rights and the privileges and responsibilities thereto appertaining. And I invite the seniors to now move your tassels of your caps as emblematic of the degrees you have earned to the left side of your cap. You may be seated. And at this point, we're going to start the conferring of the degrees. Thanks, everybody. That's great. I invite the faculty marshals to escort our new alumni to come forward to receive a diploma case as a symbol of their degree. Leading the procession are our graduate students who have earned master's degree, as you heard, in accountancy and business administration, arts in education and science. And I call the audience's attention to my right, your left, where you will see the master's degree recipients invested with a hood, emblematic of their advanced degree. Dean Lena Crane, it's all yours to read the graduates' names.
Please hold your applause until the last graduate's name is read to respect each graduate's moment. Receiving a Master of Accountancy, Grace Ann Roberts. Receiving a Master of Business Administration, Katerina Brankov. Monica Ann Cowens. Shanae Yvonne Island. Noah A. English. Andrea Harris. Gary Coletta, Timothy Quinn McCoy, Joshua Thomas Perry, Michael Anthony Progar, Christina Marie Scherger, Brandon Tansky, Amanda Teutsch, receiving a Master of Arts in Education, Alicia Boatman, Nasir Aldin Hassan Rashid, Angeline Marie Redman, William Troyer, Tanyetta M. Turner, Nicole Winkleman, receiving a Master of Public Health, Tiffany Byrne, Vicki M. Primes, and receiving a Bachelor of Arts, Grace Claire Bellhouse, Emma Grace Berthold, Jacob X. Bigham, Yvonne D. Burkett IV, Ashley Blasek, Rose E. Bolt, Nicole Brocky Leiter, Alexander Michael Breyercheck, Carson Matthew Collins, Paige Contras, Braden Deacon, Advina Dedick, Julia C. Deet, Joseph P. Donnelly, Ella N. Dreyer, Lauren M. Gardner, Mary E. Gahan, Jemiah B. Germany, Riley Taylor Goulis, James A. Guciardo, Terry Hansel, Giselle Amor Hernandez, Emily Rose Hill, Armand D. Hodges, Bryce D. Huff, David William Jedrzak, Simon Jones, Hallie A. Kalaman, Olivia Grace Kegley, Michelle V. Corey, Garrett A. Kick, Bradley J. King, Sarah Elizabeth Levinson, Kaylee Nicole Lewis, LaShira Chantel Lewis, Janelle Ludwig, Thomas Maroon, Brendan L. McGuire, Nicholas Messenger, Megan K. Modelewski, Katerina Odeman, Gino M. Pilata, Ryan Pagese Jr., Taylor Jackson Purdue, Maya J. Polk, Landon David Potopsky, Lucas Ryan Pergar, Cameron K. Redhead Antoine, Melissa K. Rerko, Jumalette Nicole Reyes Alvarez, Timothy Robinson, Cameron Edward Rose, Jillian Jeanette Reeser, Jarrett P. Sadie, Spencer J. Sadie, Dylan J. Simpson, Owen Nepper Tafe, Chloe Elizabeth Thomas,
just as is,
Nathan Patrick Tompkins, Mark Tomei. Dominic J. Tromba. Anthony Frank Tooley. Maria K. Verbick. Eli Michael Weisel. Nathan A. Zinn. Receiving a Bachelor of Music, Declan Quinn Messner. Receiving a Bachelor of Music and a Bachelor of Music Education, Samantha Rose Hudock. Receiving a Bachelor of Music Education, Brenna Holliday. Abigail Leonardi. Caitlin G. Seitz. Receiving a Bachelor of Science, Jenna J. Abwan. Regad Amhamwi. Dina Raid Almazar. Tellis R. Andrews. Jabril Mahmoud Assad. Alexandria K. Beck. Caleb A. Blazik. Kara Bosel. Chris Clymer. Logan Earl. Jacob S. Eddy. Vivian S. Gobral. Lee Rosenthal Green. Grace E. Hartman. Anaya M. Anderson. Leanne Javert. Carly J. Clemens. Alyssa Kraus. Isaac Kress. K.L. Latimer. George Lindberger. Nathan J. Lowe. Skyanne E. Melton. Sydney Miller. Beverly E. Morgan. King David Malongi Mweki. Rama Nayef. Alina M. Oganowski. Donovan Palmer. Salvatore Patriarco. Maya Hope Quick. Noelle Sebastian. Bridget K. Schultes. Sydney Skelton. Andrew Caleb Soriano. Liza T. Suderman. Daisha Cliche Terry. Telsey Nicole Thompson. Stella Elizabeth Thornton. Michael Dennis Trutko. Madison N. Vance. Mia Vandersummen. Antonia Vucetza. Brendan F. Waters. Lucia Josephine Wolford. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Education, Elise O. Allen. Adam Vincent Bowerly. Oakley Cicada. Zoe Rain Chamberlain. William Delancey. Brooklyn Veronica Duguay. Logan James Graham. Olivia Rose Johnson. Malachi J. Kilbane. Hannah Paige Lemaster. Cassidy Elizabeth Merkusik. Morgan G. Perciato. Alondra Liz Tolado Ayala. Gina N. Uganisi. Caden J. Vinecourt. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Rachel N. Durant. Samantha Natalie Garcia. Cynthia Inigas. Kaizen P. Udom. Brian J. Kinsmore. Megan J. Konopka. Emma Ann Morris. Maria H. Nara. Ruth E. Postlethwaite. Congratulations to all the graduates.
We're going to wait till all the photos are taken. So Dan, will you give me like a high sign when all the photos are taken? I don't want to interrupt those. Okay. Today, we have applauded the graduates who are here with us. And I want to take a moment and congratulate those graduates also who will be watching this ceremony live at home and celebrating with family. Let's have another round of applause for all the graduates named today in today's program. There's one more person that I would like to introduce before I say some final words to you, and that is my life partner who happens to be here today, who I think sometimes is referred to as the First Lady, Peggy Zone Fisher, right over there. Would you stand? So I just want to give you a few words about what BW means to me, and I hope it means to you. First, BW means be who you are. We accepted you for who you are. Each of you is different in your own way, and we celebrate that. And so I ask you to stay true to yourself, your authentic self. BW also means get better at who you are. We help you get better at who you are, and I ask you to keep getting better every single day. Treat everyone you meet with dignity and respect, especially when no one is looking. Never be satisfied with the status quo. Embrace the constant change that's coming at all of us at lightning speed in the new world in which we live and we work. And finally, BW, make this a better world. Do something even beyond yourselves, even beyond your family, even beyond your loved ones. And maybe make a difference in the lives of someone that you will never meet. Be custodians of civility and respect other people's views. Be defenders of our democracy. Be guardians of justice and fairness to those less fortunate than you. So be who you are, get better at who you are, and make this a better world. Because 180 years, that's what BW graduates have been doing, and that's what you will do. Congratulations.
We are about to close our ceremony today. Thank you for participating, and my warmest congratulations to each and every graduate. We conclude this ceremony with a benediction which will be offered by Reverend Harkness, Following the benediction will be the singing of the BW Alma Mater, after which you may remain seated until the marshals release you for the recessional. Now, if you could please stand, if able, for the benediction and Alma Mater.
Please join me again in a spirit of prayer. Holy One, we pause again to say thank you as we leave this place. And as we go out into the world our separate ways, let this moment bind our hearts together. In particular, those graduates, in remembering this company of witness that stands around them, immediately faced by their instructors and faculty, and then by those who love and support them. Help this moment be etched into their minds. When they are feeling imposter syndrome, fill them with the memory of the confidence that is around them, the hope that we have for them, and let the expectations that we have for them also cause them to be motivated to truly be who they are, be better at who they are. And when they do that, we indeed will have a better world. Amen.